Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today with kind of a combination video. It's going to be a little bit of a whip and chat, mostly just so you have something to look at on the screen. I will be throwing some other things besides me working up there, but today I want to talk about my 2024 goals. For my 2023 goals, I think I did well enough with the goals and meeting them, but I don't think I put enough time and thought into what I needed to do to make each of them. So I've tried to break it down and put more systems in place for the goals that I want to meet this year, at least in diamond painting so far. So I've set myself 6 goals for 2024, and I think they're all doable. We'll just have to see what the year brings. If there's an international move in the middle of it or other things happen, who knows where I'll end up. I've tried this year to make it so that I have more of little goalposts along the way, little stops, so that I know that I'm working my way towards the overall goal. I wasn't as good about that last year, so hopefully I've set myself up for success a little bit more this year. I'm going to zoom into where I'm going to be working, although I will be throwing things up on the screen as well. So if you want to work along, great. If you just want to watch, that's great too. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, let me start my timer here. I'm working today on, this is my Comet from Oraloa. It's been hanging up. I really wanted to focus on my Flower Crazy and get it finished first. So this one has just kind of been hanging out, waiting for me to get back to it. But just for a little change of pace, I thought I would work on it today while I talk to you about my goals for 2024. So like I said, I have 6 goals for 2024. The first one is, as always, my diamond painting hours. I want to try and get 1,000 diamond painting hours again in next year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make that for 2023. In 2022, I tried to do 1,500 hours. I was working part-time at the time, and I just wasn't diamond painting as much. I probably could make 1,500 these days if I really applied myself, but I do have other things going on. So 1,000 hours is doable. I'm going to stick with that. And I've set myself a little monthly goal. If I do 84 hours a month, that should get me to my 1,000 hours in a year. Some months I'll make the 84, some months I won't, and that's okay. It'll all even out so that I get it all finished, which is what counts. Maybe I should break that down into days. So I just did a quick calculation, 84 divided by 30. Some months have 31 days, I know, but roughly 2.5 hours a day I would need to diamond paint. Some days I get in 0 diamond painting, some days I get in 6 hours. So again, I think it will all even out and I should make it. I've got some other things planned that hopefully will mean that I am motivated to do more diamond painting so that I can for sure make it. But that's my first goal, my 1,000 hours. So same as the last couple of years, even if it's a little less than it was in 2022. Number 2, number of finishes. I would like to finish 35 things in 2024. And that is less than 2023. In 2023, my goal was 50. And I think it was 50 in 2022 as well. But in 2022, I finished, I want to say 70 something things. I'm not going to get anywhere near close to that number this year, I don't think. But I am over my 50, so I'm good. However, next year, I am planning, again, a lot of big canvases, and I did want to take that into account. So I decided to lower the number of finishes that I'm aiming for to 35, which is roughly 3 finishes a month. 3 finishes a month would be 36, but like I said, I do have lots of large projects planned for 2024. So if I finish 3 a month, then I'm good. If I have a month where I only finish 2, then that should be fine. And I think even with the large projects, I think I should be able to finish 2 a month. We'll see. Maybe I'm being a little bit ambitious. I haven't actually sat down and figured out of the things I want to complete how long I think each of them will take. But, you know, it's a goalpost, right? If I don't make it, it's not the end of the world. I'm still working on diamond painting, so it's all good. And if I do make it, then bonus, right? All right, so like I said, 3 finishes a month, 35 for the year. And that's less than I've finished in the last couple of years. So hopefully, you know, I'm expecting as usual that I will end up throwing in some small 30 by 30s, product reviews that I end up finishing, things like that. So not everything will be a huge canvas, but yeah, 35 finishes. The next goal is something that someone said to me in a comment, and I really wanted to internalize it. And in addition to internalizing it, I wanted to do something external to kind of reinforce that for myself. And it is the notion that, you know, this is a hobby. You're supposed to be doing things that are fun and that you want to do, which was sort of also the catalyst behind my Stay or Go series. Some of those, it was like, do I really want to do these? Sometimes I open them and the answer is yes. Sometimes I open them and the answer is no. I will be doing more of those, but so I wanted to focus on some things that I wanted to do. What are some kits that I want to do? If I went through my stash, what are the things that I could pull out that I was immediately like, yes, I want to do this one. So I have 12 kits picked out so that I will be able to do one per month. And I have gone ahead and assigned them to particular months just for my own purposes. It may change depending on if something comes up for an event or something like that. I've also decided this year for 2024, I didn't make a goal for participating in a specific number of events, but I did kind of tell myself, you know what, I'm going to try and actually participate in some events this year. I mean, I participated in them before, but generally when I do, I'm just doing it for the sense of community, for all of us working on things at the same time. I'm not entering and trying to win prizes and stuff. And I thought, well, maybe that's something I do need to do just to give myself the experience of kind of being on the other end of it. I'm still planning on hosting my diamond painting events, but I thought, well, I think I'll actually really enter some events just to kind of see what it's like, how it works for other people and what they're doing and that sort of thing, just to give myself a little bit more experience at it. Anyway, so I have a list of 12 kits that I absolutely want to do, can't wait to do. And also, I am recognizing not only that the order that I have them set up in may change, but also that I may purchase new kits throughout the year, and they will be something I want to do more than some of the things that are on this series. So I'm just going to tell you which ones I picked for each month, and I'll throw pictures up on the screen so you can see what they look like. Some of these are kits that I've had for a while. Some of these are kits that I just bought. But I went through and said, okay, if I was just looking at what kits do I want to do, what kits would I pick out, and where would I do them? Now, I did go through, assign one to each month because I need to finish one a month for all 12. And I tried to pick some of them. I tried to say, okay, I know this would be good for this particular month because there's this event or whatever. Some of them, I just kind of threw them in there. And if I decide that they will work better somewhere else, or if I come across an event that they work for, I may shuffle them around. But for now, my 12 want to do kits are, and I've assigned them each a month. So for January, it will be Harajuku, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a kit that I bought from Bella Art. I actually saw the kit. They had this piece of art back when it was still Mary's Diamonds, and I missed getting it because Mary's Diamonds closed for a while once Bella took it over and all of that. But when Bella opened back up, they have it, and I snagged it. This one is a square, and it's not, I don't think it's huge, but that's going to be my want to do for January. I just absolutely love the girl and all of the busyness of the things that are all over her face. I've seen some other people complete it. It looks really cool. So yeah, that's my want to do kit for January. For February, I'm going to be doing Wishes. And this is one, I bought it on a restock. I had seen it several times and wasn't sure I would like it. I thought it was going to be too much purple. but then I saw someone completing it and I thought, yeah, I like that one. And it also is not huge. I think that one is a round. It may be a square. I tried to make note which ones were round and square, so I kind of had a little bit of a mix. I own more square kits than I own rounds, just because a lot of the images that I like end up being pretty large, and it somehow seems that a lot of the large kits ends up being square. So Wishes will be in February. Also, that one's not very big, and February only has 28 days, although I think 2024 is a leap year, so I guess technically 29. For March, I'm going to be doing Kindred Spirits. This is a kit I actually just bought a couple of months ago. It was also a restock, but I had seen the artist Marjorie something, I can't remember her name, but I had seen her Luna one, and though I'm not normally a cat person, I just like that one, but I wasn't sure I would like all the black. And then when they restocked Kindred Spirits, I just love her style of art, and so I got that one. So Kindred Spirits will be the one for March. It is a square. For April, I will be doing Benedict Blue. This is one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. I actually purchased this one from Canada. We were up in Canada staying at my brother-in-law's cottage when this one came out as a new release, and I immediately fell in love with it. So I ordered it while we were in Canada, had it shipped to my house here because I knew we'd be home before it arrived, so it was fine. But I've been looking forward to doing that one. It is also a square, but that's the one I'm going to be doing for April. So Harajuku is from Bella Art. Wishes, Kindred Spirits, and Benedict Blue are from Diamond Art Club. For May, I'm going to do an Oraloa one called Hibiscus. And this is one that they sent me as a sneak peek, but I absolutely love it. It's kind of a cartoony looking girl with hibiscus flowers everywhere, but it's so nice and colorful. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I want to do that one. So I'm going to do that one for May. That one is also a square. For June is going to be DP for Pets 2024. And so I'm going to be doing my Yorkie with magic books. It is a partial, I think. It is also a square, I think. But that's going to be my first kit for DP for Pets. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more than one. And I do have a second kit picked out in case I finish that one. But I'm going to keep that one a secret for now. So that'll be my kit, my first kit for DP for Pets, the Yorkie. Then in July, I'm going to do one from Dreamer Designs called Lady Luck. And this one is by, I think it's Romy Lerda. I really like her style, and I've seen several of hers from Dreamer Designs, but I really like the Lady Luck one and kind of the Asian look of her clothing and everything. So that will be the one that I do for July. Then, that one is a round. Then in August, I will be doing Sunnyside Antiques. It is one that I got from Diamond Art Club a while ago, but I really like it. It's pretty big, which is one of the reasons I haven't done it so far, but it is one of those that I really like because it's a lot of little vignettes where it's the window of an antique store, so you have all these little kind of objects and things that you can do as little sections when you're diamond painting. That I find is easier for my brain to just kind of pick apart and be like, okay, I'm going to do this little section rather than just having all of it laid out before me. So that's what I'm going to do in August. That one is a square. Then in September, I'm going to be doing Sunday Delight. Now, this one may move around because it is a Spangler, and I know there is a Spangler event, but I can never for the life of me, for the last couple of years, I have missed it. So I'm going to try to be on a better lookout for the event and when it happens. I will be going through, before we hit the end of the year, I will be hitting up both Kay's Diamond Painting Events group and also Mr. and Mrs. Dubé Diamond Paints, their spreadsheet that they keep of events, to see if there's anything that might fit that I need to move around or whatever. So I'm planning on Sunday Delight for September, but if I need to move it around because it makes more sense elsewhere, then I can do that. And same with, you know, pretty much all of the other ones. If they make more sense for me to do elsewhere, then I will do that. That one, Sunday Delight, is also square. Then in October, because I'm going to assume that we'll be having drills and chills again, and also just because October is Halloween, I have my Distracted by Diamonds Halloween girl that I want to do. She's super cute. I saw somebody else finish it, and I just think it's adorable. So that's the one that I want to do for October. Halloween's not my favorite holiday by any stretch. Spooky, scary things are not my jam, but this one was really cute, and I would like to do that. And that one, like I said, is Distracted by Diamonds. It is a round. Then in November, I am going to be doing another Oraloa. Hibiscus was an Oraloa. And then this one is an Oraloa, and it is called Promenade Bucolique. And it is, I don't think I've actually showed it to you guys before. It's one that I purchased from Oraloa. I really like the artist style. She has a couple of other ones that I would like to do as well. But this is the one that, of all of hers that they had, this was the one that was my favorite. So I'm going to be doing that one. So I haven't even unboxed. Well, let me think. I don't think I've unboxed any of these yet. Oh, I have unboxed Hibiscus, so I take that back. The Hibiscus was a sneak peek, so I have unboxed that one. But all the rest of these will be still in the box, so kind of the whole process. So that one from Oraloa will be November. And then in December, I'm going to be doing another Dreamer Designs one that I've had for quite a while, and that is the Gingerbread Lighthouse. I don't have a ton of Christmas canvases. I just don't tend to buy those, but I do have the Gingerbread Lighthouse. I did the Gnome Trio this year for my sister, so she's kind of got that Christmassy one. I think the Gingerbread Lighthouse, and I think I have one more that's a Christmas one specifically. I think the other ones I have are more, you could just classify them as winter. I guess technically this one here is Christmas, but I'm already working on it, so I'm not counting that one. So these may get counted next year if I finish this one, and I've still got my 02 from Mary's Diamond to finish. And I think the Gingerbread Lighthouse is round. I don't think I said that. Promenade is square. Gingerbread Lighthouse is round. So that is my 12 kits that I want to do. And like I said, I may shuffle them around. If an event comes up that fits them better, I may move one of them off the list in favor of something else if I come across something that I just love a little bit more. I don't know what kind of kits are going to get released in 2024. So maybe I'll come across something that I want to do more than I want to do one of these, but we'll see. I think my absolute favorites that I will definitely keep on the list that won't get shuffled is the Harajuku, Kindred Spirits, Benedict Blue, Hibiscus, and Lady Luck. Some of the other ones, if I had to move them around, I would be okay with that. But for what I have currently in my stash, those are the ones that I'm picking to be my 12. Absolutely want to do these. So that is my third goal. My DP hours, my 35 finishes, and my want series is what I'm calling it. So 12 for the year that I want to do for that. So that's one of those a month. Some of them are smaller than others, so we'll see how I get along actually completing one a month. Maybe on a month where I'm doing a smaller one, I can go ahead and start another one that might technically not be for the next month. We'll see how my type A personality lets me handle that. Okay, then goal number 4 is again a goal that I have all the time, and that is my budget. And I have decided, due to a variety of factors, that I'm going to leave my budget the same. I toyed with increasing it, but there are some things going on that made me decide against that. So I'm just going to leave my budget at $2,400. That still seems a lot. I actually considered making it less, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. That leaves me enough leeway that if I spend that much, then I'm okay. If I spend less than that, then that's good too. But I'm going to do something a little bit different this year in that I'm going to reserve $600 of that budget to be spent at Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so that I know I have a good chunk of my budget that I could spend when the sales are on. It actually helped a lot that I didn't plan it that way this year, but it just ended up this year that I had a good chunk of my budget for this year left, which was around $600 that I could spend on Black Friday. And so I was free to just kind of look at, okay, I want to get this. Okay, I want to get that. And I could buy it without feeling too much guilt. There was still a little bit of guilt when I got done. It's so easy when you're doing the sales to, okay, I just spent, $100 here. I spent $150 here. And then you add it all up and you're like, whoa. So I'm going to reserve $600 of it for Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. And then that leaves me, of the $2,400, that'll leave me $1,800. And if I divide that by 12, that gives me $150 a month. And what I'm going to do, just to make it a little more exciting for me and hopefully you guys this year, is that I have to spend that $150 a month. I'm going to force myself, because I know I've already reserved the money for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That $150 a month I have to spend. Now, I might spend it on a couple of kits and that wipes out the whole $150. I might spend it on small shop hauls. And so it, will go a little bit further because I'm buying pens or trays or accessories or whatever. But I actually want to do more small shop hauls. I would love to try out some other things. I've seen, for instance, some really cool trays that I would like to try. There's always pen stores that I could try out. I would like to get some more kind of custom pens. While I like my big chunky pens like this, I have gotten so many of these now that it's kind of the same profile over and over, and that tends to fatigue my hand. So I just want some other choices. So that's the current goal. And again, with the budget, things may change. If things change in our personal life, then that may change as well. But that's what I'm setting as the goals. My same $2,400 for the year. I'm going to go ahead and reserve that $600 for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And then I will spend that $150 a month on something, whether that is washi tape or pens or tips or what other accessories. I'm sure something new will get developed and there'll be new things for me to try, because I kind of got away from that this year. I think I didn't try as many things. I think because I feel like I've kind of found my groove as far as tools and things that I like. But two reasons for me: one, I need the content for YouTube, but also I don't want to just get stagnant where I'm looking at, well, I've tried this thing, so I don't need to try this other thing. I like my glue dots and my putty, so I don't need to try anything different than that. Or I do better with release paper, so I don't want to explore anything with cover papers. I don't want to shut myself off from opportunities that might be there just because I feel like I've kind of found my happy place with my tools and accessories. Because people are always innovating things, and maybe something will come along that I like better. And if I'm not trying it, how will I know? And I feel like part of the reason I started this channel was so that I could share, as I was exploring and experimenting, I could share that kind of with you guys. And I feel like I got a little bit away from that this year. So hopefully being kind of forced to spend that budget each month, that will make me explore a little bit more. Because while this can be an expensive hobby, it doesn't have to be. That's something else I might explore too. Maybe some other options for things that, aren't as expensive. So that's my budget. Then my fifth goal is, again, kind of one for me, but just because my stash is big, and as we've discussed many times, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. So for my fifth goal, what I decided was I want to go through and pick out my 5 oldest kits. What are the kits that I've had sitting around in my stash the longest? because I want to do them. Now, they've been sitting around in my stash for various reasons. Once I pulled out what were my 5 oldest kits, they're actually ones that I would really like to do. I just, for whatever reason, well, one of them, I know why, because it's huge, but the other ones, they've just kind of gotten shoved to the bottom of the pile because I wanted to do something else a bit more. But I finally just said, you know what, I'm going to go through. These are my oldest 5, and I'm just going to do them. So what are my oldest 5 kits? My oldest 5 kits, the oldest one currently in my stash is Bubble Fairies. It is another Spangler. And I want to get these done alongside my other want to do kits. So hopefully that will keep me on track for that series, as well as my number of finishes and all of that. But I picked out my 5 oldest kits. So Bubble Fairies by Spangler is my oldest kit. My next oldest kit, which is actually one that was on my artist series for this year and I just didn't get to it, is Jasper C. And it is one that I've wanted to do for a long time. I was watching someone who diamond painted on Twitch, and she actually had it, and I just love it. I watch people do a lot of those acrylic paint pours and things like that. I really love abstract art, and so that one just really appealed to me. And it's around, so it won't take very long. I just, for whatever reason, it just kind of kept getting shoved to the back of the pile. So I'm going to be doing that one. My 3rd oldest kit is another Spangler called Universe in a Jar. And again, I've loved Randall Spangler's art for years. We used to attend a local Renaissance fair, and back then I could buy his art in a vendor stall. I don't know if it was actually him selling it or somebody else that was like selling prints for him, but we had several prints. I don't know what has happened to them. I've moved at least 4 times since then, so I don't know where they went to, but I did own them once upon a time. They were little dragling prints as well. Anyway, so I have Universe in a Jar, which is another Spangler. So we'll see if I end up moving one of those into an event somewhere to fit the Spangler event, because that's what, 3 Spanglers that I have on my list between the Sunday Delight that is on my want series, and then I have Bubble Fairies and Universe in a Jar that are in my 5 oldest kits. So 3 Spanglers this year, which will be good because I have several of his and I just don't ever seem to get to them. I've only ever finished one, though to be fair, the one that I finished was my largest kit to date, I believe, because it was so long and narrow. That was the Firefly Fireworks one of his. And then after Universe in a Jar, the next oldest one is called Belly Dancer, which I really liked when I bought it, and I actually considered doing that one for my Stay or Go series. But then I saw Lizette from Lizette Craft and Tells do it, and I thought, ooh, you know what? I'm going to keep that one, because watching her complete it and seeing how it looked with all the drills and everything, it's so pretty and so colorful. I think it was just one of those, it's been in my stash for so long that I was like, do I really want to do this one? But yes, I absolutely do. So that is kit number 4 of my 5 oldest. And then number 5 in my oldest happens to almost also be my largest, I'm pretty sure, is my other diamond painting Deutschland, and that is called Melody in Pink. Now it is a Josephine wall, so I don't know if it will work for a Josephine wall event. I'm planning on starting it because it is so large. It'll be one of the first ones that I do, just because I know that I may have to like put it aside and come back to it later. So I want to at least get started on it. Once I get started on it, then I can kick myself into gear and keep myself working on it. But if I leave it in the box, then it will just stay in the box forever. It is, I want to say 100 by 70 or 90 by 70, something like that. So it's pretty big. It's pretty much the same size as Diana, although it is going to be a little bit more of a challenge because Not only is it a J wall, it has 300 colors, which will be the most colors that I have ever done in a kit to date. Diana had 250 colors. That was my old record. So 300 will be the new record with this one. Also, it is my last, I believe, double-sided adhesive canvas. I haven't bought anything from Diamond Painting Deutschland since I bought these two, Diana and this one. I don't know if I'll buy more from them once we move to Canada. We'll have to see. Shipping was expensive, but I love Diana so much. I love the way it turned out. I'm hoping I'll like this one equally, but it's big and it's a lot of color, so we'll see. But those are my 5 oldest kits: Bubble Fairies, Jasper Sea, Universe in a Jar, Belly Dancer, and Melody in Pink. So those are kits that I want to work in somewhere. None of them I think are really huge. Probably most of them are in the 50 by 70 range, except for Melody in Pink. And like I said, that's one of the reasons that I want to start that one first, because once I get it started, then if I need to take a break from it, I can, but it will be hanging on the back of my closet door, taunting me because I'm not working on it. So hopefully that will motivate me to get it finished. So that is goal number 5, is to finish my 5 oldest kits. Like I said, most of them are in the 50 by 70 range, so hopefully it won't take me too long to complete those. And then I can move on to whatever my next 5 oldest kits are after that. It's a never-ending goal, right? Because once I finish those, then whatever was the 6th oldest suddenly becomes the oldest, right? So I want to try and finish my 5 oldest kits. The 6th and last goal that I am setting for myself for diamond painting for 2024 is that I am going to take everybody's advice, and instead of trying to decrease my stash prior to our move, I am going to actually try and increase my stash this year. I don't think that's going to be hard to do, but I'm setting myself a goal of 20% increase. And the reason that I did that is because I could just buy one kit and call it an increase and then say that I've met that goal. But I want to do a little bit better than that. I resisted doing it for a while. After listening to everybody say how much more expensive it was, I just couldn't figure out why it was going to be that much more expensive. And I have some ideas for ways that I can make it less expensive so that I'm not paying Canadian prices to get some kits, because customs and import duties and everything get added in, and so that just makes it a little bit more expensive. However, that being said, I don't know what things are going to look like. I don't know what our financial situation is necessarily going to be when we move up there. And I kind of decided I would rather have more kits, even if that means we have to move them. I don't have that many. I mean, a couple of boxes tops will get all of my diamond paintings moved, the diamond paintings themselves. Probably a couple more boxes for all of my accessories and everything else. But after kind of figuring out that the increased prices are due to customs, duties, imports, the stuff like that, I thought, well, it does make sense to go ahead and stock up now while I have easy access to them. I mean, I do plan on visiting the States even once we move. My daughter's still going to be living here. Yeah, there's just a lot of things up in the air. I don't necessarily know what all of that's going to look like. I don't know necessarily what my husband's job situation is going to be. I don't know what my job situation is going to be. So I just felt like, yeah, it does kind of make sense to go ahead and stock up, because why not? Like I said, it's not like diamond paintings go bad, so it will be okay if I stock up now. I'm also planning on making sure that I'm using my points and things, because I don't know what that's going to look like either when we move. Maybe I won't have the money to spend. Who knows? Everything could change when we move up there, or nothing could change. I don't, except my location. I don't really know. Right now, our plan is to move somewhere in summer. We don't know exactly when yet, but that's the goal. It may happen sooner. It may happen later. We don't know. Some of that is dependent on things we don't have any control of. So those are the 6 goals that I wanted to set for myself. in preparation for the move. One, this is going to let me complete some large diamond paintings and get them out, and then I will also be working on increasing my stash. I mean, even if I just did my 12 want series and my 5 oldest kits, that's 18 kits in a year. Oh, so if I want to increase my stash, I would actually need to buy this. I think my current stash is somewhere around 80. So somewhere around 16 kits would be 20%. But if I also do 18, then I would need to buy, what is that, 24 kits? No, 34 kits in order to keep myself where I need to be. I hadn't really thought that completely through. So that just gives me even more of a reason to spend my points and try some other things and spend that budget instead of hanging on to it. It does make me feel good at the end of the month when I can say, I didn't spend all of my budget money, but that is one of the reasons that I made the goal that I would spend that money each month, because twofold, then I have things to show you, and also because I'm going to be increasing my stash, I probably should be spending that money anyway. So those are my 6 goals for 2024. I am finished with this color, so let me put it away and zoom out. So I didn't get a ton done. I think I spent more time talking than I did anything else, but that's okay. So those are my 6 diamond painting goals for 2024. Leave me a comment below. Are you going to set any goals for yourself, diamond painting or otherwise, for 2024? I know lots of you have commented that you're not goal setters, and that's okay. If you're not a goal setter yourself, what do you think of my goals? Do you think that they're doable? Have I planned them out enough? Have I given myself enough goalposts? Of the kits that I've mentioned, are there any that you would love to see first? Are there any that you've done yourself and you thought were really fun? I think that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around through the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.